Really, it was just a feel. You know, just his presence was just so different than anything I'd ever been around, and immediately was gravitating towards him and his just energy, his positivity, his perspective.
He is a guy that, you know, he makes me better. I know he makes everybody around him better. I mean, he just epitomizes what it means to be a great person, a great dad, a great coach. So he just embodies all that, and he, you know, talks it and he walks it every day. So I just think when it comes to being an individual, he's a complete package.
The mainstay of Robin Pinchton's staff for the past 16 years, Willie Cox is the man everyone turns to.
Willie has been just one of the most consistent people that I've ever been around. I mean, he is flat out the same person every single day. And so that's really, really cool to have a coach like that.
Coach Cox is maybe one of the more quieter people on our staff and on this team, but what he brings to the table is no one can replace it at all.
He's just so steady. Sometimes we call him Steady Eddie. Whatever he can do for the good of our program, that's always been at the forefront of everything that he's done.
And while that still rings true today, this past summer, Robin urged Willie to put his health first after rapidly losing weight.
I remember a conversation, we both pulled into work at the same time, and I said, "Coach, you're looking pretty thin, what you got going on?" And you know, he said, "I've just been probably on that treadmill too hard." And you know, he's always worked out and just taking great care of his body, and it just seemed a little off. You know, I had a feeling that, you know, I didn't know if I was really buying that, and I don't even know that he knew at that time.
When I initially started to lose weight, I attributed it to the fact that I was working out. But then when I got to 40-pound loss, I said, well, hey, maybe I should go see the doctors and see if there's something going on.
In June, Willie visited the doctor. By July, he heard 4 words that would change the course of his life forever.
They came back and said, you have pancreatic cancer, which was a big shocker to begin with. So in today's world, you normally have someone in your family or you know someone that has cancer. Okay, so therefore that cancer word really gets your attention.
The diagnosis wasn't good. The cancer was already stage 4 and had spread to other parts of his body. Surgery was out of the picture.
You know, we didn't talk about it as a staff for that first few weeks. I think just giving him his time to process what this might look like and what that next step was, and trying to just gather information, you know, for himself and his family before we went to the extended family.
I knew this was going to be a battle, so I was willing to fight this with every fiber of my being. And relating it to basketball, it's just like if you had 2 losses in a row, or if you had 3 losses in a row. So you make adjustments and you come back and you battle, you give your best effort. And so that's what we're doing.
Facing the biggest fight of his life yet, Willie is leaning on his faith and his team.
In my wildest dreams, I never thought it would be pancreatic cancer, because as of today, there's no cure for pancreatic cancer. But my faith is very important to me. And I think along with my faith, being involved in sports has really helped me in regards to saying, hey, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna lay down? Or are you gonna fight this situation? And it allowed me to be engaged every day with that mindset, that positive mindset that you've got to work through this thing. If you give up, then you're done for.
The courage and strength that he had when he sat in front of our team and shared the news was just incredible.
In the back of our heads, I think we all kind of knew something was going on. So when he shared that news with us, it was heartbreaking. It was a really hard day for everybody in the program. I don't think there was a dry eye in the room.
I just remember immediately start crying. It was heartbreaking, it really was, just because he's such a good guy and he means the world to literally all of us.
I know this doesn't ever seem fair for anyone, but especially like someone like Coach Cox, and like all he's ever been is positive and loving and caring, and that's just like, that's really hard to see someone you care so much about have to suffer like this.
Some people would say, hey, why me? So I said, hey, why not me?
Refusing to let cancer win, Willie doesn't let the disease stop him.
You wouldn't even know. He doesn't talk about it. He just comes every day to work, travel, and he's the same guy. You know, we're sitting on the plane and we're like picking our brain about basketball, and I look over to my left and this guy's battling cancer.
I have cancer, but it doesn't define who I am with what I'm working to do with our team and with my daily activities.
Seeing him like on the planes, on the bus rides, like when we travel, seeing him there in practice, it's just like that is like the epitome of like love unconditionally. Like he has every right in the world to just go spend time with his family and go, yeah, but he's like here with us because he just cares so much. He's so loving.
He's got an incredible family, so he's got a great supporting cast at home and with his extended family. But this has been such a huge part of his life for a long time. And our staff's been together, the majority of us, for a long time. And to be able to wrap our arms around each other and, you know, go through the highs and lows together, that's what it's all about. And it's really neat that he still wants to every day, you know, come be a part of it and travel with us, even on the days that, you know, maybe he's not feeling so well.
Let's just make this a really memorable time for Coach Cox. Seriously, like he's struggling, so let's go out there and like really fight for him. Like he has hard days. This might be a hard game, but like let's just fight through it. Like let's do this one for him. Like let's make this an awesome year for Coach Cox. Okay.
I hear you. What he's going through is not easy at all. Honestly, my whole senior season is kind of dedicated to Coach Cox. I just trying to go out there and play and fight for him.
There's a whole nother battle going on our sideline, and that's Coach Cox and his fight with cancer. And you know, he wakes up every day with an unwavering mindset. I'm gonna bring it today. I'm gonna beat this thing. But just to know that you're playing for so much more than just a W in the win column, it's I think it's a pride thing, and I think it's you know, we want to make this experience great for him while he's battling this on the sideline.
He's dedicated so much time to the sport and to like us girls, and so if we can honor him in some way, like if that has like any significance, brings him any happiness, like that is like, we absolutely love doing that for him. And it's just like I said before, like it's become part of our why. I think anyone here would do anything for him, and so that's really all we have to offer, I feel like.
You know, it goes to show how strong the bonds are in our program and how much we really care about each other. And you know, I think anytime you take a step back and take a deep breath, you realize that it's bigger than just that orange ball and that scoreboard and those record books, but it's about the relationships. And you know, I think that's what matters to the most all of us, but it's because of that orange ball that has allowed our paths to cross, which makes it really, really special. But it's certainly been it's a lot, and I'm just couldn't be more proud of him. He knows that he's not on this journey alone, and that we're in the trenches with him, and whatever we can do for him.
It means a lot because Coach Pinson has always talked about our program as being a family, so it means a great deal.
Life can be really hard, and sometimes life doesn't seem fair, but we were never promised that it was going to be easy. And we've got to learn how to deal with adversity, and I think it's easy to talk about it, but when you see someone living it out and how they handle adversity and hardship that comes their way, I think that's so powerful, and they're watching it right in front of their eyes this season.
I think it makes us all live differently because it's so much more than basketball. It's so much more than a game. We're dealing with people's lives, and you know, basketball, you win some, you lose some, but at the end of the day, it's about our relationships. It's about this team. It's about this culture, and he's a huge part of that. And so to be able to step back after a loss or after a rough week and say, you know, it's not that bad. Coach Cox is over there fighting for his life. I think that's been huge for our team, and a piece of growth for all of us.
Throughout my life process, I've learned some things. So today for me it's cancer. For someone else, it may be something else. It may be a car accident. It could be anything. But the bottom line is that you've got to say, hey, okay, what's the problem? How can we solve this problem? And then if someone can see through me the positivity, the strength, the faith, that's great, because then hopefully they can learn from it and grasp it and perhaps pass it on to others as well. I feel really blessed. I've been fortunate to be around for a long time. I've did a lot of different things in my life with my family. I've been able to enjoy my family over a period of time. So I feel very, very fortunate, which is really great. That's what life's all about.